yourself feel better about, being on camera. Because we're here.
I'm sorry, the camera and I were having a moment.
Bro. You make it ugly eyes at the camera like, yeah.
It's not my fault the camera loves me.
And then it touched you inappropriately. Show me on the doll where the camera touched you.
We're giving the camera an awful lot of agency in this scenario.
It might be sentient. It can come alive.
Personally, I welcome our new robot overlords. Maybe they will touch me.
Oh.
By the way, Facebook dating is not going well, folks.
It might be, but you're also not so much like restricting yourself, but like there are ones that like are coming up that are like 80, 100 miles away. So
yeah, I don't know why Facebook is like, yeah, this meets like 2 of your 3 requirements. Like the one requirement it doesn't meet is like the same fucking state.
Yeah, but they're also they're like, oh, they're on the coast. You want to drive 5-6 hours to this person, and you're like.
Now, in defense of Facebook's god-awful algorithm, I have seen a few young women on this platform that, based on their profile and the pictures and all that, I was like, yeah, like I would be willing to drive an hour to date that person, but, it's not sustainable. Like, I would love to, like, just meet that person and have, a date.
Yeah.
But, it's not, like, long-term sustainable. It's like, I can't, commute to that.
Well, I guess everyone's different. Like, yeah, I'm willing to drive an hour or 2 hours for that. But, since I am part of the alphabet soup community, it's rare. And it's weird. It's very weird to date as a person of the alphabet community. But as I'm saying that, welcome to the Rubber Duck Syndicate, everybody.
Welcome.
We're here just talking about just whatever we feel like because we're relatable. We talk about stuff.
We're just 2 everymen.
Yeah, we're 2 everymen. I drink Pepsi Zero with no calories in
and I drink whatever O handed me out of the fridge.
Well, you could also grab one of the Cokes over there because, like, I purposely got Cokes knowing that you like Coca-Cola, and I was like, yeah, I get it.
I appreciate you trying to give me diabetes.
Diabetes. Right. No, we're relatable, I guess, in some senses, because like we'll talk about weird shit all the time.
Which is relatable to some people.
It is, and then relatable not to other people. They're like...
Yeah, and then we laugh at our own jokes a lot, which is relatable to everyone.
Well, hopefully that spreads to everyone, too, where they're like, these dudes are laughing about something that we don't know anything about, or they're laughing way too hard about it. And we're not in on the joke. But maybe you will be. If you started at episode 1 and got to here now, congratulations.
You made it through the Costco fart story. You're in the elite now, folks.
Yeah, we'll thank our loyal listeners. So Jordan is one of them. Patrick, who will never be on the show.
Who's watching this right now, shaking his fist.
He's like, oh! He's like, I listen to you guys all the time. Me and my kids, we're listening to you. Why can we never be on there?
I invited you for Thanksgiving, you ungrateful bastards.
I gave you 15 pounds of food every time. Why can't I sit
We really are sort of taking advantage of him, aren't we?
Well,
okay, we'll have a vote the next time the committee meets. We'll see about maybe letting Patrick on the show.
we'll put a poll out there. So, hey, since you've been doing the editing most of the time, go ahead and put a poll on the YouTube, the Spotify's, or wherever you need to, asking people if they want to put Patrick on here, which is going to be a decisive vote because it's going to be like Patrick and Jordan voting. So it's going to be like overall yes, probably, or Jordan.
Or Jordan will be absolutely trolling Patrick.
Yeah. But I think Denise listens to it every so often.
We have a few of our improv friends that have
Yeah.
committed to it, or at least pretended to.
Yeah, and well, you know what? Let's take this opportunity and call out people that we think should listen, and then once this episode comes out, we'll ask them if they listened to it. They'll be like, "Yeah." Be like, "Oh, did you listen to this episode?" "Yeah, totally." Like, what did we say? They're like, yeah, we called out your name
And
particularly."
it's like, if you acknowledge it, we'll give you $1.
So I can definitely call out. We can call out our brothers. So
I'm honestly not sure if my brother would watch it. I know he knows about it, and I've probably sent him links to it, and he's probably watched at least some of it. But I'm not sure if my brother would have the patience for most of our shit.
well, he likes movies. So
He does, and yeah. So the pop culture stuff he would be here for, but a lot of the other rambling, I'm not sure he would be very relatable with. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, I'm pretty sure he can appreciate a fart story that goes on for about 4 to 5 minutes.
That should be universally relatable.
That should be. Yeah. That should be something where everyone can be like, yeah, I want to listen to someone talk about someone else farting in a store.
Well, did you see the it was on the Colbert or Late Night, whatever the hell Stephen Colbert's show is called.
Yeah.
And he got to interview Gary Oldman.
Oh, he looks rough.
Well, he's old.
He's old,
Yeah, but he's so delightful the whole time, and they're just talking about all the stuff that he's ever done in his long career.
Yes,
and then somehow Colbert just effortlessly works as like, do you think that any of your career could be improved by having had fart sound effects in those? Mm-hmm. And so he shows them this reel of the greatest Gary Oldman cinematic moments. With random fart noises, and Gary Oldman is giggling like a 5-year-old. I mean,
I've seen that.
Yeah, it is. Even if you hate farts, you have to laugh at Gary Oldman just being so entertained by it.
Okay, so I want to say I was confused for a second. So I've seen that clip. I've seen where he's like. Because he went through interview with the vampire, Dark Knight, things like that for Gary Oldman.
What an interview with the vampire?
Not interview, Dracula.
Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
So when you said Gary Oldman, I was thinking of Gary Busey. That's why I say Gary Busey looks a little rough.
Gary Busey has had a hard time.
Yeah, Gary Busey has had a hard time, but Gary Oldman looks pretty good for his age because I think he's in his 70s.
Yeah, I mean he is playing consistently older grandfatherly type characters, or at least people of that generation.
True, but he looks relatively good for his age. Gary Busey is have you seen him recently?
I think I've seen him on some TikTok things. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's had a rough. He famously got into a motorcycle accident. Mm-hmm. Without a helmet, and so he had some significant trauma to his brain, and so he has since gone on to become a major advocate for helmet laws, which I think that's actually pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
That's really really good. I was like, yeah, please wear your helmet whenever you're riding a motorcycle. Yeah, you may look cool without it, but I don't think you look as cool when your half of your face is gone. In that instance, it'd be like, yeah, you had half a face before, now you don't. This is not face off. You're not gonna get an extra face.
But yeah, I still like Gary Busey.
I
I don't know if he's getting many full on acting roles or not. If he just doesn't do that anymore. But.
I don't know. I haven't kept up with his career, so I couldn't tell you that. If he's still making money or not. But you also have to think that at some point he passed the threshold of being, a millionaire. And hopefully he's still getting, residuals from some of the movies and shows he's been on. So he's like, I'm still getting checks for, a few $1,000s every month. Hopefully that's covering everything. But I don't know. Call him right now. Call Gary Busey. Oh, I don't have his number. Well,
Siri's like, fuck you. No. I'm not going to call Gary Busey. You don't know Gary Busey.
Oh, it'd be very funny if like Gary Busey's number was just
Like programmed by default into Siri. Like Apple has a contract with Gary Busey to just be on the line personally.
Kind of like when Apple, like, they gave everyone on Apple, like, YouTube's album.
Yeah, because everyone wanted that.
Yeah, not that it was like a terrible album.
But you couldn't delete it.
Yeah, you couldn't delete it. They were like, oh, no, here. Have the
You're a
album.
U2 fan now. You signed the contract.
And they're like, listen to the music. They're like, we don't want this deleted. And they're like, nope, can't do it. We're like, fuck you. So it kind of made people not like U2 for a while. You're like, oh, fuck you. And they're like, hey, we're just an Irish band.
It was a marketing misstep, I will say.
Yeah, there's a lot of missteps for like marketing for a lot of different companies. And they're like, you don't understand what's going on with people at times. It's like, yeah, you might think this is what people want. They don't want that. You're still thinking in the old style. Like, one I could think about was, do you remember the commercial for Pepsi where they had I think it's one of the Kardashians? Like, they were walking with a Pepsi can and started putting, like, a flower in, like, the guns to try to, like, do anti-protest. But it was just in such bad taste. I'm like, you're having a multi-millionaire who's probably doesn't care anything about any protest anywhere and trying to market your drink saying this is for the people. Like, yeah, you misstep on that by so much.
Yeah, it's hard to ride the communist marketing. It just historically has not matched.
Yeah, like, because...
Although I'd like to buy the world a Coke, that one landed pretty solidly.
Yeah, that one kind of worked.
Do we have any people watching us that are old enough to remember that particular ad campaign?
If they are watching, they fell asleep.
Yeah.
Just keep...
Or they went to the bathroom.
Keep sleeping, just keep letting the video run, and just let it run to the end, and then run into the next video, into the next one. Just let it keep running in the background. We're here to soothe you as you slumber.
Yes, we're soothing you and the algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah, that should not be interpreted as in any way an attempt by us to influence the algorithm in our favor.
No, but because the algorithm is its own thing, it's its own beast, and we're trying to navigate it. We want to get our message out and get this out to everyone so they can enjoy every bit of us at any time throughout the day and night and wherever you are, as long as you have internet access. Or don't, just download it too. Do that. They can feel like, what?
I'm just trying to like, do we have an audience where they would, be willing to put forth the effort required to pirate and download our shows?
Well, maybe they're going to a remote island, and they're like, you know what? I need something. I need my fix. Let me download all the Rubber Duck Syndicate videos available at this moment.
Because I'm going to be a desert island that I want to be disappointed thoroughly.
for at least at this point now. At this point now, people, we probably have a good maybe. We probably have maybe like say 8 to 9 hours of content out there. So we're still in our infants. We're still in our baby
It's even watchable.
Most of it is. Like I said, we're calling out our fans. Maria, we love you all the time.
I think Lori's watching.
Hopefully Lori's watching. Or if she's not, we'll give you $1.
Yeah.
Who else would you call out? Obviously not your parents.
Yeah, because my parents are explicitly not watching.
They're like, no.
It's like, that ship sailed after episode 1.
They're like, no way. Possibly my brother-in-law, Ronnie, maybe he's watching now, or he'd be like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Nah, dog. Who else?
I feel like we should not, enumerate everyone that we think might be listening because
Oh, well, we're just
one, privacy, and two,
well,
we're going to get to the end of the list, and it's like, wow, we have exactly 12 people listening to our show.
Well, at this point right now, I think we have like 16 subscribers. 16 on YouTube, probably like 10 on Spotify.
And assuming there's no overlap, that adds up.
Maybe not. I don't know. We're like I said, we're in the young stages of it. Like, essentially, think of us right now as a 1-year-old. We're a 1.5-year-old. We're just getting our teeth.
So you have to clean up after us.
Yeah, please clean up after us.
and give us stuff. Also, we really do like boobs.
We did talk about that. We have appreciation for breasts.
And I just set back the audience by... never mind.
Well, I'll bring it back forward. Like, we do appreciate a cleavage canvas.
We appreciate the effort and art you put forth.
Yes. So like, because guess what? Like, we know that you're doing it for your own comfort and your own sexuality. But, hey, guess what? We appreciate you displaying that and being comfortable.
Yeah, we were actually having this conversation during lunch about how we wish there was actually some way, like some language or a socially acceptable protocol for letting someone of another, or I suppose the opposite sex.
Yeah, someone of the opposite sex.
Someone of the opposite sex, for like letting them know that you see that they are putting forth time and effort and energy. Like it takes a lot of work to make yourself fit, and sometimes you have to commit to a diet that is very hard to maintain. Sometimes you have to be working out all the time and doing incredible exercise. And so sometimes I wish that there were a way to say, for example, hey, nice midriff, and have it not be an objectifying thing. Just say like, hey, I see what you've done there. You've put a lot of effort into that. Like the canvas that you're working with is your own body, and you have made, very impressive art.
Yes.
And there's not really a way to say anything like that doesn't come across as either like objectifying and reductive or downright creepy.
Yeah, because like we understand, not fully understand, but we understand that women will get approached by people that they don't find savory or anything like that, and just kind of coming off like, yeah, slightly annoying, slightly creepy, slightly whatever it may be. But sometimes, like, yeah, you appreciate someone that is putting forth the effort to doing something that they, feel good about themselves, and, like, with their body. And it's not always about, like, saying, like you were talking about, like, say they work out, got the midriff on. Maybe there's a woman out there who wants to be a power lifter, and her arms are just fucking jacked. You're like, damn, your arms are fucking awesome. You can tell her that, and like she'd be like, yeah, I appreciate that, thank you. Or, she can punch her lights out if she wants to.
Yeah, there is a young woman that is frequently at the gym the same time I'm there, and my trainer friend who helps me, she is also a trainer friend for this person, but she is probably, maybe shoulder height for you. She is very compact, but she does like bodybuilding competitions.
Okay.
And so she is basically, she's like a coiled spring. She's not quite like Simone Biles level, like superhuman jumping through the air feats, but she could kick my ass one hand behind her back.
Gotcha.
And she's also freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like I said, we appreciate all body types out there. But then, like, you can't, like I said, we can't just comment on everyone's body because, like, we appreciate it. Yeah, because, like, yeah, it will come off as creepy or somebody might feel uncomfortable.
You have lovely skin. May I touch it? It's not like I would like to compliment you on your musculature.
Yeah. So yeah, we can't, comment on everyone's body out there because, like I say, they may feel uncomfortable about it or they don't really feel like getting a compliment. But, just to let you know, we appreciate people out there and what they're doing and what they're displaying, if they want to display it or not. We don't know. We don't know how you feel. Or you could just tell us in the comments down here.
Like, how can we objectify you without objectifying you?
Yeah. Just let me touch all over your body.
Drop the whole octave for that.
Yeah, that's
All over your body.
You gotta get all over your body.
Yeah, put some bass in it. That'll make it sound innocent.
Well, I know you can get down there like this with baseball. I know you're not gonna do it just because.
Because I don't want the recording of that to be like, that's the thing that goes viral, is me being creepy as possible.
I'm pretty sure there's a ton.
I know you're absolutely going to clip that touch your skin thing. I know that's going to be on TikTok in a matter of weeks.
Oh, well, you haven't seen any of the videos I've clipped, so you have no idea.
I've seen several of them.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also, I see the look in your eyes. It's like, I can see where this is going,
Clip right here. Yeah. Well, I still got stuff that we've actually not touched upon because we kept forgetting about it.
We're still maintaining the list.
Yeah, I haven't wrote down anything recently. That's, I don't know what that's for. Somebody give me a note or something.
1342505 Dollar General.
Oh no, that was something else.
But how is that on the podcast list?
It's,
You just not have another note?
well, no, I just open up notes and just put down the notes out. I'll go and get that later. But want to pick out from something from here, or you can just rip off anything you feel like.
Well, I mean, you got 5 or 6 on here. Warwick Davis is on there.
Yes.
Which, I mean, love Warwick Davis. The actor who played Willow, among others. Also, the Leprechaun in most of the Leprechaun movies.
And Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
And then Leprechaun back in the Hood.
They went back.
Yes.
Apparently, he lost his gold there again.
Apparently. But he's also been in several Star Wars movies and shows.
Yeah, and he's also, he's just been in, like, other non-fantasy or sci-fi projects. He is an actor that has been working for, since the 80s.
He has been working since he was 16. Like 16, 17.
Yeah, I have no idea how old he was in Willow, but that was the first thing I saw him in.
He was a teenager. Huh. He was, I think, maybe 17 or 18 at that time. Because Willow came out in
86, maybe 84.
It was mid 80s. Yeah. Chat, you can chat.
This is something. If my brother were nearby, he could tell me not only when it came out, but like what we were doing when we saw it in the theater.
Yeah. But he's been working ever since then. Because I guess one of his first roles was he was an Ewok.
Was he Wicket?
I believe he might have been.
Yeah.
Because he was an Ewok because Return of the Jedi came out in 83. Yeah, it came out in 83. He was he's saying that he was maybe 14 or 15 at that point. So he was pretty young, but he's still doing a lot of acting right now. I know that he does a couple of different TV shows. But overall, he's been at it for a while.
Yeah, but he has also got the established body of work where if he wanted to, he could just live off of conventions for the rest of his life.
He definitely could.
Yeah.
Because that's also a thing that happens now a lot. Where if someone has a particular, say, sci-fi show, fantasy movie, whatever it is, and they became a popular character. And, that series ended, that movie ended. Now they could just do kind of the convention, circuit. Where they're like, oh, I do 6-7 conventions a year. They set up their booth. And they just, charge for pictures and signatures. Most of the time, I'm not sure how much they're making. But they're making enough to, make a living.
Yeah, I mean, they might not be flying first class there, but, they get there, they got a decent place to stay, a hotel, and they got people coming up telling them how much they loved everything they've done, and paying them money.
Yes.
I mean, there are worse gigs to have, I think, than being, coasting on the convention circuit.
Yeah, and it blows my mind that there are some people who, maybe dog those people for doing what they're doing. I was like, what the fuck ever. Okay, this person was in this movie. All right, cool. They had a character there. They were famous. They died in it. Whatever. But you know what their name is. You know what they were in. They're famous for something. But you're saying that like, oh, they're dog shit for doing this. You're like, fuck you.
People, I think, I've never met too many people that complain about like the nature of like celebrities doing convention work, but I mean, it seems to me that the people that do complain about that are like the people that complain about anybody that is more publicly doing better than anyone else.
They want something to complain about.
Yeah.
Kind of like when, for example, when someone talks about like a one-hit wonder, I'm like,
Yeah, how many hits do you have?
yeah, how many hits? How many hit songs do you have that get played still constantly to this day?
Well, I may have said it on the podcast already, but like my goal someday would be to be a two-hit wonder. I have one song that's a hit that everyone likes, and I have one more that's not quite as big a hit as the first one, but just enough to make you think that, oh yeah, the first one wasn't just a fluke.
Yes.
And then you retire.
Now, what you gotta do is be musically inclined, and then go from there. Wow.
I have been meaning to learn to play the guitar tomorrow for about 25 years.
Yeah, you've been working on that.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, but I got the basics down. Just need someone to edit, right? I need a good producer. If Carlos Santana produced my record, it would be a hit.
Yeah, but so Carlos Santana kind of produced your record. He would just steal it, do it himself, and they'd be like, "Oh, I made my own songs." You're like, "Fuck you."
Santana don't even need to do that. He's already he's got his established catalog of music that everyone not everyone, but that is known and loved by many.
Yes.
But he's also like that. That's what he does now. He's a producer. I mean, I guess he still records or plays from time to time, but he's I don't think he's in a touring band. If he is, then I apologize for misspeaking. But he has been a producer. Like he famously was the producer for Alanis Morissette's first album. The one that was a huge hit, the Jagged Little Pill. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like the one after that was not his production, and it was. And I don't know if this is a direct correlation, but it did not. Most people seem to think it did not hit as well as the first one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's all because of Carlos Santana being a musical genius and a production master, or
if it was like the sophomore slump, like they kind of talk about. Because it's a weird for music in that way, because there might be a band, group, singer that comes out. They have a smash, first album, or maybe because it can go various ways. They have like a smash first album, or one that is kind of okay first album. Then comes their sophomore album, their second one, where it's a super smash hit, or they're like, oh, they were a fluke, they were a flash in the pan. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes, depending on the label, that's a function of producers getting in the way or doing the right thing. Because like if you have like the right kind of vision from your producers, and they see what the band is trying to do, and like they believe in that, then they can give you some leeway and maybe let you do some weird stuff that might be a huge flop or might be like the next big thing.
Correct.
But most of the producers will just tend to lean on what they think will do well based on other stuff as well. So they basically try to be copying whatever is trendy and popular at the time. Like there was the song, what was it, Evanescence had the what's it called, Bring Me to Life.
Yeah,
huge song.
Yeah,
and the band apparently did not want to put that whole kind of like half rap thing in there. Yeah, because like the song is great without it.
Yes,
and the song was written without it, but that was a popular style. Like Linkin Park had just popularized that style, and so like the producers kept pushing and more or less insisted that they put that in the song. And while I will say that personally, I think the song would be great without it, I can't deny the fact that the song is a hit even with it.
Yeah, but like we'll never know how that song sounds without it. Like they may produce one of the song like that song without the rap part in it, and you may listen to it, but it's been so ingrained over the course of years now. Shit, like that's been 20 plus years. We're old. Yeah. But now you'll listen to it, you're like, oh, I'm just always used to this version of it. You listen to a different version of it, like, oh, this is how it should have been. You're like, oh, this sounds weird. It sounds off.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell which songs end up being on the kind of universally agreed off limits list for people to like redo, make covers of. Because back before we had the recorded music industry, all songs were written by somebody, and they were just standards if they got popular. So there were songs that one person wrote and that every touring band knew how to play. And then we got the idea of recorded music, and so that became the default way that most people got their music, through the radio or through records, something like that. And so the first person, or the first group to record a song that became really popular, they became the ones that they owned the song. It was their song. Usually you didn't think of a band having a particular song. Bands could play a lot of songs that everyone knew and like knew the old favorites.
Yeah.
But the idea of a band being like the first one to do a song and everyone else being a cover of that song, trying to duplicate that song, or doing their version of something that this band did, that has only been really around since basically since we started recording music.
Okay.
And that's why it's strange that you would change so much from the songwriter getting all the credit to the first person to make a popular recording getting all the credit, and everyone's comparing it to that. And so it used to be everyone had their own take on a standard, or this is how we sing In the Mood by the Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Okay. Or
not sing, because there's no singing in that, but everyone would have their own little variation on it, but everyone listening would be able to identify the song. It's like Christmas carols. I mean, everyone knows the words and everyone can identify the song, but people have their favorite versions of the songs. But everyone would agree that any version except the original one from the movie of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch" would be a cover of that song.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that whole industry is very, very weird in ways, because what you're talking about is like it would essentially screw over a lot of different artists, producers, because they were recording a song and they're like, oh, this is my song, and then they're like, no, this is my song now. You're just recording and covering it. They're like, I wrote it. Well, we recorded it first, so now it's ours. So then that kind of goes back and forth. But overall, record companies are evil. We're saying that's on record, folks. I'm not sure if you agree with me.
Yeah, they're evil until they offer me a record deal.
Yes.
Sell out with me.
Oh yeah, sell out with me tonight.
Let's bring back Real Big Fish.
I'm pretty sure they haven't gone anywhere.
But are they touring, or do they just hang out? They're a California band, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So do they just hang out in L.A. and just play 5 locations a year?
Wait, hold on 1 second. Call Real Big Fish. Oh, dang. It might be unlisted like Gary Busey.
Yeah. Apple is missing a huge opportunity here to just have these celebrities and bands baked into the operating system. Just put them on retainer, just in case somebody wants to ask a question about Real Big Fish, and the phone can make that happen. That would be such a huge win for Apple.
Yeah, they're all just all the members are in the band are just chilling in the lounge somewhere. They check in 9 o'clock.
Apple automatically conferences the whole band in.
That would be a nightmare. You think about it, that would be such a nightmare. They're at home with their family asleep. Their phone rings. They're like, "Hello, did you guys make this one song?" "No, that was Fountains of Wayne." "Okay, thanks." "All right, bye." "Hello, did you guys make that was Fountains of Wayne?" "Okay, thanks."
Does Fountains of Wayne get mixed up with Real Big Fish a lot?
No.
Yeah, they did Stacy's Mom.
Yeah,
and
Stacy's Mom.
Other songs that were not huge hits like Stacy's Mom.
No, I think it was it was obviously on the internet. Fountains of Wayne and I believe Bowling for Soup were one of the bands that were just kind of crossed over a lot. Where people are like, "Oh yeah, Fountains of Wayne made this song." They're like, "No, that was Bowling for Soup." And then they actually
similar sounds and styles.
Yeah, because they came out around the same time, and both their songs got really kind of big around the same time. But a lot of people, I guess, this was in the age of Napster and other downloadable sites. Yeah,
The good old days.
yes. Where people would like upload a song, but they would put the wrong band.
Oh God, that was so awful.
Yeah, it really kind of sucked.
And then sometimes bands would get in on it and they would troll people. Like I remember, like Bare Naked Ladies, and I have to admit that I think they were probably ethically in the right for doing this. Mm-hmm. But they released a song or one of their songs or part of their album. They released a version of it on Napster. They let it go, and so you had the first like 30 seconds of the song that everyone wanted to hear, and then it cut out, and there was a message from the band saying, "Yeah, if you like the song, you should really go buy our album, please." And it's like they trolled the entire Napster community with that because it was a big release at the time. It's like I was so angry, like you bet, but like you're absolutely right, but damn it, I wanted to hear the song.
You're like, I can't. I want to be mad at you, but I can't. Like there's you put a valid reason out there, but then you also think about it like, oh, their album at the time was maybe you go buy it's like $12-14, which is not bad. But now I'm not even sure how much. I can't honestly tell you when the last time I purchased an album was.
A physical.
Yeah,
The last one I got was on Kickstarter.
okay.
There was a young woman on Kickstarter that was raising funds for an original album of tuba music, and I played the tuba in marching band back in the day.
Sexy.
Oh yeah, so sexy. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves the papa. Yeah.
So they were calling you Papa?
Yes, that's exactly what they were calling me. Papa.
Yeah, Papa.
It was
You're
not.
like, let me finger it like, bam, bam, bam.
It was not the path to fame, fortune, and success. I was led to believe in the brochure.
See, that's how you're gonna get your album with the tuba. Just
So yeah, she sent me that, which I need to. Usually, it's been a long time since I've done this. So like right now, my car, it has a 6 CD changer in it, which it came when I got the car. And so I've had the same 6 discs in there for probably the last 8 years.
oh god.
Because I usually listen to the radio when I'm out driving, and occasionally if there's like basically if I scan 2 or 3 times on the radio and come up with nothing, I'll either just turn it off altogether or occasionally switch over to CDs. But I used to just constantly rotate out CDs, so even though it would be a few of them are like only 6 of them, and I would just get them on. But I would get a new CD, and it would be in the rotation, and I would have it whenever I was driving anywhere. And I would eventually do it. So it's not like it was when I was a kid. I would get a CD, it would play it over and over and over and over again until I learned all the words.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I did when I was super excited about new music. So I just played it over and over again until everyone around me was ready to stab me to death.
Okay.
But then I expanded that rotation to the 6-disc changer. But now, I mean, I have left those in there because I just haven't gotten any new CDs for such a long time. But I realize, now that I'm talking about that one tuba music CD, between that and like the last handful of Christmases, I guess, from my parents, I have probably 6 or 7 CDs that I have not yet listened to. So I have enough to change out the entire.
Wipe out that 6 and put in a new 6.
Yeah. So I can completely change my musical world. And I should do that, but I have to remember to, A, bring all those CDs and do the actual physical swap, and B, I really need to clean my car. But that's a tangent, folks.
That you just went off on. Well, a little bit. Just slightly, but... So, wait, what 6 CDs are in there right now?
All right, so slot 1 is, actually, it is, speaking of things like Napster and musical piracy, it is almost the entire discography of the band Cake. Okay. It's all on one CD, but it's like all of the files. I just burned them all to one disc, and so the CD player, the thing in my car can read MP3s.
Yes.
So that one is multiple discs.
Gotcha.
And then the next one is it might be FX Twin. Or Affects Twin. I'm not sure how you actually pronounce that. APHEX. but not the like earlier stuff with the famously creepy visuals like in the music videos. This is a kind of cerebral techno album. It's just very interesting, unusual, not particularly danceable music, but there's not really any lyrics to it. It's just this really kind of complex electronic music.
Okay.
And I think I got that for Christmas like 4 or 5 years ago. And so it's on there, and it's just one that is unusual and interesting enough that I can listen to it every time.
All right.
And what's disc number 3? Might be Virginia Coalition.
You mentioned that.
Yeah,
before.
that's a band from the Northern Virginia, D.C. area that I got into when I was up there. I would say the music is like super fun. I love the music. They do a great job of the music. The lyrics, like the English professor in me is like just wants to like grade their lyrics with a red pen and hand them back. It's like, you guys can do better. I get what you're saying, but that's not how the words work.
The words can work in any way you want.
Yeah, and they can, which is a valid argument, especially when it comes to music and poetry.
Yes.
And so I say that I'm not saying that they are wrong. I'm saying that it bothers me on the same level that an English teacher would be bothered by.
But you're just saying that they're wrong in just a longer way.
I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying that I wish they did it a different way. But they are a good band, which I recommend. And they, as far as I remember, they do a fantastic live show.
I'm not familiar with them, so I can't tell you.
Yeah. Then another one of the CDs I have in there is I'm not sure if it's the latest. I think it's probably the latest CD by an artist named Angie Aparo, who you might remember if you lived in Atlanta. You lived in Georgia, but not near Atlanta.
Near Atlanta.
So he's an Atlanta-based artist.
Mm-hmm.
He had a hit that hit really big around there, especially, but it was one that actually had like a music video, and it was called Spaceship.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that one got a lot of radio play, especially in Atlanta. But he had an album called The American, and he has this really like pure, piercing like tenor voice.
Okay.
And he has, I've got most of his CDs that he's done, and it's like each CD is like it's almost like he's trying a different genre out. Ooh. So he is,
So he's challenging himself.
Yeah, everything sounds different. Even like 1 or 2 CDs, he's recorded the same song that he wrote, and like in just vastly different styles.
He does it like, this one's a kind of country western feel to it. This one's maybe more of an R&B feel to it, or I guess kind of.
Not quite like that, but
just
you can get a feel for his growth as a musician, over each recording.
Yeah.
And he's I've seen him live a bunch of times. He's one of my favorite artists. One of my good friends, Dave. We're both fanboys. And apparently, a few years back, it's probably been maybe 10 years now. Apparently, he had a stroke. Oh. Which I did not know about because I just hadn't heard from him in a while, and I hadn't gone out to any live music because I was like, I wonder what happened. He had a stroke. And this album is called "Life Is a Flower, Life Is a Gun," which is one of the more poetic lyrics, somewhere in there. But this was his, first attempt at recording after he recovered from the stroke, and he basically had to teach himself to play guitar again.
Yeah.
And he was using his iPhone Siri. To keep notes and help him keep track of the lyrics that he was writing, and so he actually several songs include Siri and the voice from the iPhone as part of the song. And so he was making a joke in the liner notes about giving Siri a writing credit.
I'm pretty sure Apple will actually do that to try to get money off of it because they're greedy and they want more money for whatever reason. I don't know why. Yeah, we all need money, but they're just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about Apple going broke anytime soon.
Yeah, well, they can go broke if they want to. I'm not gonna boo-hoo about it. Like, oh no, you lost billions of dollars. You didn't do anything with it. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many discs I've named yet.
I think that was 4 of them.
Okay, there's another one. It's a CD by an Irish band called Altair.
Okay.
Which is it's like mostly Irish folk music. This one was apparently big in I think the 90s. A friend of mine gave me this CD, and it's really cool. I love the Irish instrumental music, but this has some traditional jigs and reels and things like that, and also some very interesting vocal harmony stuff. So also Dolly Parton is on this album inexplicably.
Ooh.
she's just one of the guests singing one of the songs.
Yeah, because everyone should love Dolly Parton. Yeah. If you don't love her, you're
if you don't love her enough, she might go to Ireland, and it will be your fault.
Don't do that. Let her stay in Tennessee. Let her stay in the States, so that she can continue doing good here.
Okay, so that's 5 CDs. I know there are 6 in there. I've had the same 6 in there for like a decade. Why can I not remember the last CD? Oh, this is gonna drive me insane.
Well, you know what? What we're gonna do? We're gonna leave people in suspense.
We'll come back next time with the final CD. I'll have to go in my car and check.
All right, we'll leave off right here. We'll leave you in suspense and just leave you just salivating. We want to know what the 6th CD is.
Yeah. Also, all of the CDs mentioned, I can recommend as worth a listen. So
definitely do that.
This is our first music review episode, indirectly.
Kind of.
So yeah,
it works out.
We'll get back on reviewing food and stuff later.
Yeah, and talking about all the movies, TV shows, and even more Warwick Davis.
Yeah. What was the last thing I saw him in? He was in. There was a show with Ricky Gervais. It was a British show, about extras in films. So he was playing kind of like a clueless extra that annoyed everyone around him. But one of the regulars was, I haven't actually seen the show, I've just seen clips. Warwick Davis is one of the regulars.
Yeah, you know when Extras was? That was 15 years ago.
It was 15 years ago?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's probably done stuff since then, but apparently I don't watch up-to-date TV from England.
Yeah. Well, we'll catch up on that and the 6th disc. All right? But that's all for right now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. They're like, oh, you got your... Okay, that's cute.
That's really, let me know when it launches. I'll like and subscribe. By the way, like and subscribe, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to say that.
Yeah, like,
Feels
subscribe.
dirty.
Like, subscribe, hit buttons, hit bells, do dinglings and things
Remember us.
Remember me.